Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Well, I wouldn't say welcome back, I haven't really made any. But, yeah, this is the video. I'm just gonna be explaining the Easy NPC mod in Minecraft. It's a pretty good mod for making servers, especially if you want to make like a modded server with like quest lines and stuff. And I don't even think you need to have mods installed to be able to see this Easy NPC mod. So it's good for really any server. It can help out a lot with some of the more casting commands and stuff. And I'm also gonna explain a little bit on how you can pair it with FTBQuests. I know that not everyone uses this mod, but if you want to make a quest line on whatever server you're on, FTBQuests makes everything a lot easier and look a lot nicer, honestly, because it can help keep track of quests, how close you are to completing it, what you need to get. Just makes everything so much quicker. But let's get into the main thing. First of all, you can see a lot of things. Like pretty much every single mod in Minecraft is in NPC, of course. Like slime spider, zombie, wolfish, video work, yeah, basically everything you want. You can honestly get a horse out of a humanoid if you know what to do. This is the most commonly used one for most people, including me, because this you can just edit skin, click player. NameMC is the best website that I found for this. You just go to NameMC, type in whatever type of skin you're looking for, and it most of the time comes up with a name of a player, and you just type in that player's name, get their skin, and put it in. You can also use URL if you can't find a player with that name. You can find that on most of the websites too that are out there for skins. If you have a skin that you have in your own folder, you can just put that in, and it should work. I'm not 100% sure on this, but you should just be able to put the skin here from your own computer if you have it downloaded. I don't know how many of you would actually have that downloaded. And there's a couple of preset skins that are also in here. Nothing crazy, just a few normal base vanilla skins, and then some extra skins that you might use if you want to. And as I said before, if you want to make a horse out of a human, I'll show you how to do that really quickly first. So that's going to be more complicated. First, lots of tabs here, kind of confusing. First of all, this is a name. Name this whatever you want. You have to make sure you click save after you name it though, otherwise it won't save. Put it whatever color you want. I'd recommend clicking 3 times, because, look, man, you can't see the name when I'm looking away from him, just like you would with any named NPC, or any named mob with like a name tag. But if it's like, always show, doesn't matter, it's just always gonna be there. But, it's not like where you like go far away. You can't really see it through walls or anything. You can vaguely see it, but it's kind of hard to see. So if you want it like that, you can. I'd recommend just showing when it's mouse over. That's, in my opinion, the best. To make it a horse. This is random. This is probably not what you want. I'm just gonna go over real quick as possible. This is gonna take you through some of the main things. Scaling, you might want to make it a bit bigger, X or Y. Typically, it's gonna change everything if you have proportional scaling on. But if you don't have proportional scaling on, you can change it however you want. Very, very interesting. You can make a very, very thin man. If you wanted to, you might want to do that. I don't know. I don't know you or anything. That's the horse NPC. Why is that the horse NPC? Where is this guy's hitbox? Okay, so if you do this, it's gonna be kind of hard to find hitbox again. There it is. Try to remember where the person was. It should still be the same hitbox. I recommend clicking towards the ground because that's what I'm doing and it seems to be working. If you lose hitbox, I'm just gonna delete this guy and get a new one because that's a lot. Position, it's not gonna help you all that much, but you can move them around if you want. There's the horse. Put it side by side for comparison. Make it closer so you can look. The main thing with this is gonna be the pose, because this is what's gonna adjust the thing. So, torso. You're not gonna want to do that. That's not the right thing. There. If you want to do this, then you're gonna want to move the head forward. Where's forward? This is the right axis. With head forward. You can't actually adjust the shape of the head fully. You can kind of adjust it, but it's like you're not gonna be able to get it as precise. Like you're gonna need more blocks, more things to work with than just one head. You're gonna need like multiple heads to make this actual design. Like this nose plus the head plus the ears plus the whatever mane or whatever that's called. That's gonna be all separate things that you're gonna need. That you can get with the base model. You might be able to. Not sure. I don't think you're gonna be able to get that. But this is roughly what you can do. Where is it? This one. Probably want to shrink it a little bit on top. Then move both the legs back. That's not the leg. What am I doing? I'm actually so dumb. That's the wrong way. It's not even the right thing. Move this leg back, and then of course only has 2 legs. You're not going to be able to get a second pair of legs with a normal NPC, but this is like pretty similar to a horse. It vaguely resembles a horse as best as you can with the person. You can be more precise with what you do. I'm not going to get into that because this is going to be way too long of a video if I actually make it accurate. But that's roughly what you want to do with the pose tab. You can also put it in different poses. Default, that's probably going to be the most common use for that tab. I don't see why you would use some of the more advanced features most of the time, but if you want to make more specific models that are like not just base human, but like for like a creepy server or something where you want their head to be like inverted, not that way, like that, you could do that or something like that. Or if you want them to be detached, if you have like a super scary model for something, you could make it more accurate by like lengthening their arms, making their head detached like the forest or whatever. Super creepy if you have a good skin with that. That could be terrifying. You can make like Slenderman out of it. So that's pretty useful. The main tab though for quest line type of servers is going to be dialogue. Of course you got the basic dialogue, just say hi, save, it says hi. But then you've also got yes no dialogue. Hi, I am Steve. Do you like me? I don't know. Random. You have to click save, Then yes answer, you could either answer yes or no. Yes, say thank you. No, say you're mean. I don't know, random. Hi, I'm Steve. Yes, thank you. No, you're mean. Now, that is not all you can do with yes, no. You can add more than just yes, no. And also you can edit the yes or no button to change this name. Sure. And then click on it. Now it says sure instead of yes. Same thing with no, you can do that. And then you can add an action, like a command or something that you want to do. But that brings us to that advanced tab. This is a better way of doing it. This is essentially what you did with yes, no, just a more complicated looking menu. It's easier than it looks. Click add dialogue. Name. The name isn't important for the dialogue, that only matters for the buttons. Label. That's what you want to memorize if you're going to connect these two dialogues. Conditions. If you need a condition like scoreboard, if you're using scoreboard to connect commands, say you complete a quest and you want it to unlock a new dialogue. You're gonna have to have that quest when completed, which you're gonna probably want to add a button for that with an action. So go all the way down here to scoreboard. Whenever you complete this action on scoreboard, type in the name of the scoreboard here. You have to make the name with a command, of course, first, and then increase the value. Set value, whatever you want to do. It'll only increase it by 1 if you have increased value, decrease by 1 if you have decreased value, or you can set value to specific value. And then that will allow you to use conditions best. That's the best way to use conditions. So now if scoreboard name, whatever the scoreboard name is, equals, not equals, greater than or equals, pretty basic stuff. Like, say scoreboard is named high, value is 2. If high is more than 2, so if you've clicked on that button more than twice, then it'll open this dialog. It has to be another dialog. You can't, of course, access the button in this dialog until you've, like, gotten the scoreboard points. So you're gonna need to connect that to a different set of dialogue. But that's just what conditions. Priority, that just matters for what you want to come up first. But like, say you have critical 100 priority, as long as you have conditions for it set, it won't come up first. It's whatever doesn't have conditions that comes up first with the highest priority. So in this case, I think it'll be dialog 69 because that should be the default. And then, well, actually it would be this because I don't have any. Actually, no, I do have conditions. Never mind, I'm stupid. It'll be this first, and then if you adhere to the conditions, then that'll be the most important. So you're not gonna want to set this to 100. You're gonna want to have this custom set to like 10 or whatever, and then it'll redirect you automatically to that one if you complete the conditions. And then say you have another quest, same condition, different conditions, and you want that one to appear once you complete the conditions. That's it. Like, this is the first quest, this is the second quest. So of course, once you adhere to the conditions, you want this one to appear rather than this one. So you just set the priority to higher on this one. Pretty basic. Edit dialogue, just like it sounds. You edit the dialogue, whatever you want them to say. Button, add buttons. Of course, these are your responses, whatever you say to them. The name is what it's gonna say on the bottom, and then the actions are what's gonna get you most of the stuff you want. You can do commands, so say you want to connect it to FTBQuests, like I mentioned earlier. You can do that by, like, using the command, whatever it is, I think it's like /FTBQuests, change progress. I'll be right back. I'm gonna figure this out. Alright guys, I'm back. So this is gonna be /FTBQuests change_progress at P completes, and then whatever the ID of the thing is. So this quest object right here is gonna be whatever the ID for the quest is, which you can just right click on this copy ID. That's how you get that. And then you put that in there. That's how commands work. Obviously, probably already know that since it's in base Minecraft, but you can also add other commands like /summon a firework to this location if you want a firework, or whatever. You can do whatever command you want with that. Close dialogue, just close dialogue like it says. Nothing special. Interact block, no idea what this does. This is not important, I don't think. I think it may just like interact with the chest if you specifically set the XYZ coordinates of the chest and have something in it. It'll interact with that chest or whatever block it is. Maybe a lever or something. Crazy important, but it could work in some cases. Open trading screen only works if you have a trade set. So if you have a trade set, you can have that redirect you to this trade. But most of the time, if you have a trade set, you probably just want to go straight to the trade, so you don't actually need that to direct you straight to the trade. If you have no dialogue, it'll automatically put you into the trade. Then open default dialogue, just opens the original dialogue, which in this case is just going to be the first one that shows up that has the yes or no answer. Open name dialogue is going to, like it says here, no underscore answer. Open that named dialogue, that whatever that name is, which goes off the label ID, not what says name here. You go label ID, no underscore answer. That's going to open that text right there. And then finally, I think this is the last one. I showed you this before. Scoreboard, increase, decrease, set value. It's gonna increase whatever the name of the scoreboard is. That's the main stuff in dialogue that you need. Objectives, not all that important, just gets you like follow them, stuff like that. Nothing crazy. Position, like I said before, don't need to mention that again. Scaling, I already mentioned that. Actions are just like simple actions, like if you get close to it, then it'll activate like a command or whatever. Or if when you open dialogue or click a button, close dialogue. If you want it to like disappear, then you can like just close dialogue. Have this guy disappear. You're gonna need to use some kind of command. I'm not sure what exactly command it would be for that, but like you could do that with that. Attributes. This is just if you want him to fight. You're probably not gonna use this for most stuff, but if you want it to be like a military mob where it's fighting something, or like a zombie apocalypse, I don't know. You can just set this max health. You can make this guy into a boss, honestly. You could set like a giant creature, give him health, and have to fight him. And it'll be attackable by players, and of course you're gonna add the objective to be attack players for that. Equipment, give some equipment, simple like armor, swords, offhand, whatever. You could give them totem of undying. I think that might work. I'm not sure if that would actually work though. I already mentioned that with the horse. Rotation, it's just gonna move them around, rotate wherever direction you want. And then I already mentioned trading, so yeah, that's pretty much all there is to this mod, and I think I already went over how to connect that to the quest, but what I do, personally, this first quest, I have it, you talk to the NPC, oh, it shows up here, you want to talk to the NPC, or whenever you click on the button to get the quest, this quest will complete, and then it'll move on to the next quest, which is whatever the actual quest that you wanted to do is. And then with the FTBQuests menu, it'll automatically detect. You don't need to do anything for that. As long as you have the quest set up right, it'll automatically detect whenever you have the whatever item you want it to be, or you can have like any of this other stuff, XP, whatever. And then put a command, scoreboard command, so that it'll work with the edit condition, create conditions. So if whatever, that'll open the new dialogue for the next quest. And then have the rewards in the third quest, so that you have to return to whoever it is to claim it, rather than just claiming it wherever. If you want it to be like an actual quest, rather than just like a. If you want it to be more realistic, so you actually have to return for them to give you the rewards instead of automatically getting the rewards wherever you're at. But yeah, that's basically all there is to it. There's a few more things you can do that I didn't mention, but those are more advanced, like import, export. Just you can import preset stuff or stuff from other worlds. Nothing crazy, but yeah, that's about it. Guess I'll see you guys in another video, and that's all I have for you guys today, so bye.